Living with Dad was adventuresome. It was a wild adventure for me.
He was a real entrepreneur. He asked me one day, "John, what am I going to do with all this stuff?" And I said, "Well, you were an Eagle Scout and you always wanted to leave your campsite better than what you found it. So why don't you set up a foundation and see if that would make this camp that we're on now a better place than you found it."
My grandfather loved giving back. He believed it's about giving back to the community that you're part of and being, attributing to society. And being where we are right now, this was a place that he loved. And I miss him tremendously. But I'm honored, that he thought of me when he created the foundation. That is incredibly humbling and to me. That he would trust me with that, to kind of continue on that legacy for him, and that he knew that I knew him well enough to carry that torch.
My in-laws helped us start our foundation over 20 years ago and guided us along the way, and we were asking many, many questions. But as time went on, we found our passion. And once you have that feeling of giving that comes over your heart and warms your soul, or you get goosebumps, or perhaps even you cry, when a foundation and your giving can bring you to tears, that's when you know that you're doing something good and you're changing the world. And the reason why I think it's so important is because I actually am the lucky one when I give. I'm actually receiving something that's meaningful and beneficial for my heart, for my soul. Giving back feeds my purpose and makes me fulfilled.
I think a private foundation is an extension of the family that runs it.
The benefits reach into more areas of your life than you would ever imagine. There are tax savings, there's impact in the world that you want to see, there's legacy through the generations of your children.
I didn't want a private foundation to just be about grants and cutting checks and helping people financially. I wanted to create a personal experience with communities and people to show that we really do care.
You can do a lot with a little bit of money.
A lot of people have made their money through business. Use your business acumen to change the world.
I'll be watching the news and something terrible will happen, and immediately, my knee-jerk reaction is, "Oh, that's terrible." And I'll forget. I'll be, wait, we can do something here.
Family foundations are sort of a way to create legacy planning for families.
These organizations are set up, in perpetuity, so the idea that they could go on forever.
To me, that's the legacy, continuing that. And it's going to be different in Generation 7 than it is with 2 or 3. But the energy, if they just focus on looking at the big questions and coming up with solutions, that's the legacy.
Carrying my grandfather's legacy feels like a humbling and great responsibility. I think he knew who I was as a person and trusted me to kind of not only honor his legacy, but move forward in new directions and make it my own in some way. And then when my children get involved, make it their own in their own way and carry on my torch.
The Family Foundation setup we've seen work quite well for helping to bridge intergenerational gaps.
I think it can be a glue that can hold a family together.
The exciting thing with the board is that they are together pursuing something as big and important, but they're doing it as a family.
And what works great when you have a family meeting and you bring the next generation in, it allows the kids to see the things that really make their parents tick. And I think it's a wonderful way for kids to understand about investing so that they can be good stewards of the hard-earned money that the family has made.
That the family bonds are strengthened by working on something in common.
Clearly, grandkids, and particularly grandkids that are in families of great wealth, may not always have an appreciation for how, and maybe even why, the matriarch or patriarch did what they did, that created that wealth.
If you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of experience, there are a lot of resources out there.
It was a real relief to know that we had the kind of help we needed, and it simplified our lives immensely. And what happened is it really made doing foundation work fun.
Yeah,
It really
we could do the philanthropy, the fun
We could
part.
do the fun part.
Foundations are a privilege and an honor to have, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Foundation Source, with your financial planner, can plan exactly what is important to your family.
We don't have to be the ones that know all the details of compliance and tax and legal, but we have to be with an organization that does understand all those things so we can focus on the true mission the client has.
I think down deep, everyone struggles to figure out what is bigger than myself. When you start thinking of that, you start thinking, wow, how can I make a difference? And a foundation is a wonderful way to do that.
It's amazing because it brings a level of fulfillment to your life that I never really knew existed.
The reward comes from contributing to something bigger than yourself.
I came back today and I saw the energy coming out of the younger generations and was just excited. And I said, yeah, Mom and Dad would have loved this. And so his campsite, I think, is starting to look a little better from his perspective and also from mine.